Okay, we'll probably eventually hear the. That was Rue jumping the fridge. You will probably eventually hear the tea kettle if you don't already. Sorry, not sorry. I wanted tea. Um, but I guess let's go ahead and just for my own freaking purposes, I suppose, since there's no one here. But for my own purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just start looking at the different candidate options that we have for the top House congressional races to watch. So we got the first race to look for is back over here in California. That's weird to see any important races in California, honestly. Um, yeah, I'm sure you can hear the tea in the background at this point. But okay, so for the Republican, we have David Valadao. And then we have Rudy Salas, which I'm always hesitant when there's someone named Rudy, but maybe hopefully a good candidate. I don't know. Let's see what they say here first. So in California, the Trump foe Republican overcame a primary challenger and will face a top Democrat recruit. Representative David Valadao is one of the 10 House GOP lawmakers who voted to impeach former President Donald Trump last year, and the only one to have not faced the Trump-backed primary challenger. And the only one to have not faced. Yeah, they didn't even bother in California. That's pretty funny. Valadao still faces two challengers from the right during the primary, but he did well enough to make it on the ballot in November. He is one of only two GOP impeachers, along with Washington State Republican Dan Newman, to do so. Damn. That's crazy. While he's one of only two GOP impeachment backers to reach the November election, Valadao is among the most vulnerable incumbents this cycle. Oh, so he's the incumbent. Okay. He faces a tough re-election battle in the agricultural key Central Valley district, which became more Democratic following redistricting. Interesting. Registered vote Democrats outnumber Republicans by more than 17 percentage points in the district. Okay, one sec. Much better. So he sounds like he's going to lose. Is that what I'm understanding? It doesn't sound like much of a race then. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at his. Okay, so then Democrats are excited about their candidate in the race, State Assemblyman Rudy Salas. Yeah, okay, I thought I recognized his name. So he's still, yeah, he's State Assemblyman, so he's been around. Salas has the backing of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus campaign arm and the Blue Dog PAC, which backs centrist Democrats. Salas was the first Latino Bakersfield City Council member. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at their positions and see what their climate positions are. So first we have David Valadao, and he starts by showing a fracking picture. That is a really good sign. Not. I am committed to pursuing common sense approaches to the environment. I believe that it is important to develop. I feel like when people don't want to do clean energy stuff, they call their stuff a common sense approach. Like, because the other approaches, the ones that actually keep the target needed to decarbonize before catastrophic climate change, those are nonsensical. Those are dumb. Those are way over crazy. But nah, this one that continues to burn fossil fuels, I'm assuming, just based on that picture, that's the common sense one. Yep. I believe that it's important to develop technologies that enable us to reduce pollution, ensure clean air and water, and protect our environment for future generations. However, our nation's energy policies should also serve the American people. Okay? I'm not sure why those two things are contradictory. Sorry, my nose is... This always happens on stream. I always get a runny nose on stream. I don't understand why. Maybe because I'm not used to talking this early. In order to foster economic growth, it is imperative that we continue to utilize our natural resources, allowing American business to remain competitive while protecting domestic jobs. Cool. That tells me nothing. I firmly believe that we must create our supply of safe, clean energy to provide power for our electrical grid. To achieve that, we need a diverse, all of the above energy plan that includes nuclear and clean coal power plants. What? Those don't even exist. There's no such thing. The only way you can make a clean coal power plant, hypothetically, is if you have a carbon capture and storage facility that's connected up to it that takes up as much CO2 as coal lets out, which actually doesn't exist. That's not real. I don't think that's ever going to be a real concept, frankly. Okay, so cool. We need to beat this guy. Good thing we redistrict. Holy shit. As well as oil and natural gas explorations, wind, solar, and hydro energy. These proven technologies, my dude, that's not proven. This part right here, that's not proven. There's no provenness in that technology. Maybe I should tweet at him. Be like, please tell me how clean coal power is a proven technology. Thanks. My gosh. These proven technologies have minimal impact on the environment. How is oil and natural gas exploration minimal impact on the environment? How does that exactly work? That is incredible. Let's repeat this. To achieve that, we need diverse, all of the above energy plan that includes nuclear and clean coal power plants, as well as oil and natural gas exploration, wind, solar, and hydro energy. These proven technologies have a minimal impact on the environment. My dude, you literally just said oil and gas exploration and clean fucking coal, which doesn't exist, but they're all proven and they all have minimal impacts on the environment. Yeah, okay. And create jobs right here in the US. In short term, we must reduce red tape and end frivolous litigation to block the development of America's energy resources. Oh, so you want to cut out the environmental assessments. That's what I'm getting from that. Energy security is a major challenge that can be overcome to make use of America's ingenuity, innovation, and natural resources. Good thing that wind and solar and hydropower, those are all natural resources, and we used American ingenuity to invent them. Wow. Good thing we already did that. So we don't need these or that, because those do not have minimal impact on the environment. Also really don't create many jobs anymore. In fact, coal is losing jobs. And also these just, like, why are they necessary when we have these other options? You know, maybe a little bit of this here and there, but you know, that's a little interesting in an earthquake zone, especially when PG&E is in charge. But yeah, okay, for sure. So that's for any that just came in, we are looking at the top House races coming up in just a few weeks. And we're starting with this California race right here, which is in the Central Valley, which is pretty important for agriculture and for energy because both of those are in Central Valley. And so we're looking at the incumbent, which is David Valadao. David Valadao. He is one of only two GOP impeachers, people in the Republican Party that actually supported impeaching Trump. he is one of only 2 that have survived the primaries out of 10. The other one is Washington State. So that's good for him. But we're looking at the climate policies of them, and that don't look good. That isn't pretty. That's pretty ugly. So that's his take on his webpage of how he feels about the energy policies and where they need to go. So cool. So that's him. Now we're going to look at his challenger, which is Rudy Salas. So Rudy Salas, let's just see if we could find his page, because that initial search didn't really help much. So he's an assembly member. So he's also an experienced politician. And he has the Latino vote, which is important, particularly for that part of California. And also they apparently redistricted. So that is another, he has like a 17-point lead. So it's kind of a big race. I feel like it's kind of already in the bag a little bit, but let's go ahead and take a look at, you only got clean water. Where is your, well, that's going to be disappointing if you're not even focusing on climate change. Okay, so he's not prioritizing climate change, so that's a red flag, but yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any, I'm not seeing anything having to do with climate change. What the heck? My dude. Okay, and we're not even focusing on climate change. I don't like any of these candidates. What the heck? That's a disappointing. What the heck? Okay. Climate change, come on. Let's look at Enviro voters, see what they have to say about him. No, that's a bad score. Okay, he has accepted oil money according to this. And he is doing a better for his score than he was last year. So that's something. Did not vote on a good bill. Negative, counted negatively. Got it. Okay, well we have to know what all these bills are, which I don't. So he supported offshore wind, it looks like, and he did not support working against greenwashing, so that's stupid. He also did not work against nature-based climate solutions, so that's also not good, or increasing spending limits for cleaning up more idle oil wells. Okay. Huh. Yeah, he's not great. He's not great. Both of these options are not great, which, you know, okay. Let's see. Lowest scoring Democrat, great. Oh, he's in Kern County too, and Kern County is the one that's getting all their water taken away by fossil fuel companies. So, you know, if you support clean water, you should definitely support moving away from fossil fuels because it's taking your water away. Just a thought. Let's see if I reported on this because this was when California got a D in its environmental rating, which ain't pretty. Let's look at Salas in here. The lowest scoring Democrat in the legislature, Rudy Salas, represents Kern County, the heart of California's oil industry. Salas has received more than $280,000 in campaign donations from oil and gas industry since 2012. A review of records filed with a campaign financial portfolio of all the money shows. The legislators like Salas who received low scores are stalling climate legislation, Kreisman said. In contrast, several legislators, including Bennett, earned high marks for consistently voting to support environmental and climate legislation in committees and floor votes. So what I'm getting out of this whole thing is that I don't like either of the options for California. I don't like either of the options for this race. If I am a single party voter when it comes to this race and I am in the district in which I can actually choose to vote, they don't look very different to me. They don't look very different at all. So I hope this is not going to be a trend with these races. But that, unfortunately, is that California race. So bottom line, sorry, Kern County. If this is still for Kern County, I'm not completely sure what the makeup is, but I genuinely don't care about either of these candidates at all. So, cool. Yeah, we can look at Oregon. Nice to see you, Hannah. Let's see if there's any races on this list that are in Oregon. These are all of like the most important races for maintaining the House. Hi. For maintaining the House. I'm not sure if there's any of those in Oregon, but if you have any particular, if you have, for example, like your candidates that you want to look at, then we can look at those because I'm not sure. I mean, we could also look up just who the House races are for Oregon. Let's see. Paul Evans. Okay. Paul Evans. Okay, well, we'll start with Paul Evans. Apparently, that's also the name of a direct-to-consumer luxury dress shoe. Does that interest you? Let's see if we put in a versus, if anything comes up. Paul versus Evans. Okay, maybe we'll just look. Paul Evans, unfortunately, is too freaking common of a name, or it's too boring of a name that Google is like, we have no idea. I don't want to go to Wikipedia. No. Dang it. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Maybe if I type in Paul here, will it show up? Paul. It only says Paul Hawley. I'm trying to find the Oregon candidates. Are you sure he's House and not Senate? Why are you at the airport? That's fun. I'm not seeing Paul. There are no results for Paul in ballot PETA for the U.S. House of Representatives election in Oregon. No, I don't think that he's there. Oh, you're going to Chicago. Ooh, that's fun. He might be Senate. That might be what's going on because I'm like, I can't find him. We're going to look at the Senate ones next week. Oh, no. Well, there he is. Okay. Yeah, I remember Sarah. Tell her I say hi. That's cool. Is this him? Oh, his term ends in 2020. Oh, no, that's January. That would be correct. Let's see. Thanks. Okay, yeah, if he had... Okay, so for committee assignments, he did Business and Labor Committee, Veterans, Joint Transportation Committee. That could potentially be useful. That's good. He sponsored a bill relating to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions and the state's transportation system and prescribing an effective date. That's good. So I don't know how good that bill is, but on the face side of it, it looks good. So is this his competitor, Dan Farlington? That is all the information on him. He went to Oregon State. That's a red flag. Let's see if I can go to his campaign website. Dan Farlington for Oregon.com. Oh, look at that smile. So this is Paul Evans' competitor, I believe. Aw, he adopted a highway. Okay, what does he care about? Getting the economy back on track. Yeah, it's always moving off track. Damn it. These are very generic responses. I don't... Cool. He looks like a dad in the 70s shows. He definitely does. He definitely does. Does Paul have a official website? Campaign website, maybe, Paul? Oh, he gets a .org. The other guy had a .com. He gets a .org. Oh, look at him. Look at all veteran-y. I'll be honest. His website development is worse than Dan's. Sorry. What are your issues? Ooh, he's got a countdown, though. That's good. But I don't see where your issues are. Why were your issues not a main button on your homepage? They are old. You'd think they'd at least have like a nephew or something helping them out with this kind of thing. Yeah, he also is given like very short responses to different things. Like, okay, you want to strengthen communities? I'm sure that safer communities. I'm sure that Dan Farlington would agree. Abortion access, though, that's good. Believing in them veterans, absolutely. Neither of them care about the environment. Is what I'm getting from this. But they both care about the economy. So, therefore they should care about climate change, obviously. Like, that's not even an exciting picture of like trees. Like, that's like a boring picture of trees. I know, you have awesome choices. And by awesome, I mean like really freaking boring. Wow, he has like GI tags on that's like part of his logo. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're my response to you, Hannah, is if you're a one-party voter for climate change, yeah. I got nothing for you. I mean, these are all the organizations that are backing him though, so I'm not seeing any environmental ones. Oh, Sierra Club endorsed. Okay, he's Sierra Club endorsed. So there you go. That's what I got for you. He's Sierra Club endorsed. That's the best I can do. So there you go. And that was the Oregon candidate. Does he have any endorsements? No, he has no endorsements. So the Sierra Club is like one of those old environmental organizations like Greenpeace. Like they've been around for a really long time, but they're one of the top environmental nonprofit organizations out there. And like every top one, they have their issues with their past and all that kind of stuff, but they're genuinely it's good to be endorsed by them, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they've been around for a very long time, but they're always in the list of organizations that are suing the government or companies or something for like fossil fuel use. So they're good. Yeah. But there you go. Those are your candidates. Congratulations. My candidates are, I need to know this. I have little sheets here actually. My candidate is Zoe Lofgren. So, and she's great and I love her. And she's running against Jeff Gorman, I think. Yeah. I have little sheets here from the Citizens Climate Lobby to tweet at them. Yeah. But I already know that Zoe's got some pretty good climate takes, whereas Jeff, I actually don't know Jeff's takes, to be fair. But I know Zoe has good takes. She's an incumbent. She's a Democrat. So, yeah. Let us look at another one of the key races, okay? So we're going to go to, let's go now to Colorado. Colorado, we got Caraveo versus Kirkmeyer. Those are great names. So a brand new congressional seat is up for grabs in Colorado due to redistricting. Colorado gained a seat following the 2020 consensus count, and new lines are competitive. President Joe Biden won the area in 2020, while Trump won it in 2016. In 2016. So either way, they just saw who was winning, I guess. You brought cookies for breakfast. What type of cookies? Like chocolate chip? Because depending on what type of cookies you brought, it will determine whether or not I judge you on that. Let's see. The district is more than 30% Hispanic and extends north from the Denver suburbs to Greeley. Senate Snickerdoodle. I am judging you. Well, that's a good way to get going. Just get your blood pumping, with all that sugar. Let's see. State Senate Barbara Kirkmeyer emerged from the contentious primaries to win the Republican nomination for the brand new seat. Kirkmeyer previously served as Weld County Commissioner for 20 years. Democrats hope to make abortion a key issue in the race. State Republican Yadira Caraveo, a Mexican-American pediatrician, is the party's nominee. That's an interesting background. Abortion is a key issue in the race. Didn't you just say that? Democrats hope to make abortion a key issue in the race, and therefore abortion is a key issue in the race. Well, that works. Invite me to join your stream. I don't know how. I would if I knew how, but I don't even know how to put volume on videos still. So it's because I have a MacBook, and apparently MacBook and Steam Labs don't go well together. Didn't know that. It's a problem I need to work on at some point. But, you know, I'll be honest, right now, the last 3 streams and how little people have showed up to them, it's not really inspiring me very much. Thank you for joining me, though, Hannah. Well, let's go ahead and look at Caraveo. I guess. What is her full name? There we go. Yadira Caraveo. I say in probably the most white way possible. Yeah, maybe I should knock it down to 10 a.m. But it's just because, you know, usually 9 a.m. works better for like people in Europe or like the East Coast. Because us West Coasters are late, you know? Let's see. For Congress, wait. I thought this was a House race. Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Senate and House is part of Congress, Becky. Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean by saying it's super fucking white. You know what I mean. They're just going to keep expanding the definition of white. Because white doesn't mean fucking anything. Did I say I'm stupid? I don't even remember why I said that. I can't even keep track. Where are your issues? You look sweet. You look very sweet, Yadira, but I don't... Where are your issues? I'm seeing endorsements, but I'm not seeing your issues. Where are your issues? Why do all of these websites suck? Maybe I'll go over here. This is a lot of words. Hey, okay. Along the way, Yadira stood up to the biggest corporate bullies and entrenched special interests, big drug and insurance companies, oil and gas CEOs, and even big tobacco. There we go. That's probably the only time this is going to get mentioned. So she says she stands up to big oil and gas CEOs. So that's good. I don't know how she did that or what exactly her policies are towards it, but I'm glad she said she did that. Cool. I guess I could go ahead and just like look up her name plus climate change and see what comes up. But it's weird that it's not on her website. It's weird that she doesn't seem to have any like stuff like that on the website. What the heck? What is this? This is from Obama. Is this the same person? Wait. That's the same person. What? Hey, she was part of Champions for Change. That's cool. Interesting. After receiving her training in pediatrics in New Mexico, a state with a number of coal-fired power plants, she saw firsthand the health effects of air pollution on her patients, particularly those with asthma and chronic lung disease. Through the leadership program with the National Hispanic Medical Association, she became involved with the work of the Union of Concerned Scientists and Voces Verdes. She provided insight into the medical perspective on climate change's public health impacts and participated in a meeting with a number of President Obama's staff concerning emission standards for coal-fired plants. Dr. Caraveo, I think. Dr. Caraveo currently works as a general pediatrician in Denver, Colorado. Huh. That's good to know. Oh my gosh, every time I do a stream, Adobe Creative Cloud tells me that there's a problem and it needs to be repaired immediately, and then it starts buffering in the middle of my screen, and it won't go away. This has happened every freaking stream. I don't know why. I don't even use Adobe Creative Cloud for this purpose. It's so annoying. Oh, good, it went away. Thank you. But bottom line, okay. It's a while ago, but like, this is cool. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Now, why, sweetie, why is this not on your website? That's what I want to know. Okay, let's look at your challenger. So your challenger is the incumbent, Barbara Kirkmeyer. She's 64 years old and part of the Republican Party. The conservative fighter who wins. Oh, dear. Colorado's choice. Are you just going to compare and contrast? What is this picture? This is just... What is this picture? This is petty. This is so petty. Like, you don't even have an issues list. You're just doing a versus. Like, okay. Oh my goodness. Had voted. She hasn't even been in office. What do you mean? Like, am I missing something? Was she in office? She's a pediatrician. Hey, sup, River Kai. Thanks for joining. We're looking at some big house races and their positions on climate change. And right now I'm so confused because hey, sup, James. Sorry for like dying on the last stream, by the way. My thing just like cut out on me and I was like, I'm done. Maybe she was in the show, The Office. Maybe. I'm so confused. Like, okay, so for an update, we are looking at, yeah, it's definitely an important decision, right? We already looked at, I don't know if you're in the same district as Hannah, but we already looked at like the district for the house races that she's voting on, and they both kind of suck. They both don't really have any climate things at all. Yeah, I felt really bad. It was one time I went away and then you were gone. But I'll be back in a sec. I've got soup on the go. That's totally understandable. Don't spill the soup, okay? And yeah, you're fine also, because it's just like, it was weird. Like, my stream just kind of cut out on me and then restarted a new stream. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm just going to just let that one die. Hopefully that won't happen this time. I apologize ahead of time if it does, and I really, really hope it doesn't. I hope my video quality isn't shit. Too bad. But I can't really control that very well without getting a different computer. Some of the candidates are rough here too. Well, if you want, I can pull up your candidates and we can look at them. Okay. So if you want to do that, we definitely can. But yeah, it is impressive how shitty candidates' websites are. And we looked at the one in California, which is unfortunate because it's in a pretty important district, honestly. It's in a very fossil fuel heavy district, and both of these candidates suck. I don't know. It was weird. I'd never had that happen before. I don't think it was my Wi-Fi, but honestly, like, I have no idea. I've been through weird iterations of random technological problems that have happened on streams, whether or not it's my light going out or my microphone just like causing people to lose their hearing or what. I don't know. I'm working on a Mac, so that's probably my mistake. But I don't want to pay for a PC or build a PC. I can't even build Legos. They both aren't the best. That makes it so hard to choose. Yeah. So between these two candidates, if I'm a single party voter in that district for climate change, they make no difference. That's how bad they are. Like, this guy showed a fracking device on his energy page, and this guy got the lowest rating from Enviro voters out of all of the options. My Twitch is haunted. It's because you're here, Hannah. Ooh, it's because I have a black cat. It's what happens. Yes, spooky. I still have to figure out Halloween costume stuff. I have ideas, but I have too many ideas, and therefore I'm overwhelmed, and I'll probably do none of them. And I'll probably go as a black cat for the 20th time. I should just wear my cat earrings to these streams, especially when I'm like dressed in black. That would have been smart. I have like cute little bejeweled cat ears. I have a silver one and a gold one. Anyways, we're getting off track. But bottom line, both of these suck. So that's cool. And it's unfortunate because they're like, oh, we value clean water. And it's like, okay, great. Well, did you know that your oil and gas industry is taking all the water from your county? Because I do. I know they do that. Yes, I am. I am being pigmatist at you, Hannah. River, fun fact, I convinced her to start coloring her eyebrows. Before that, she didn't have eyebrows. Fun fact. They are very cute. I think they're very Taylor Swift 22, which I'm a T Swift fan. Hannah's not. It's okay. But, yeah, so it's got kind of the cute little classy cat look. You lost your cat. It was Lisa. Always blame Lisa. It was, no, wait, what? It was Lisa for the eyebrows? I told you to do that. Wow. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm sad. It's fine. It's not the first time that I thought that I'd given actual fashion advice, and then they told me years later that it was actually someone else that said it first. I'm like, okay. I thought it impacted someone, but I guess I didn't. I know, we're very on track. Okay, let's go back to all right, so we already saw Yadira and her take, and then we were seeing Kirkmeyer and her just being a very, very petty 6-year-old woman. Very petty. Shut up, Hannah. We're talking about Barb now, okay? Shh, we're talking about Barb. Okay, here's Barb. Barb always has a good, strong fiscal conservative and steward of your tax dollars, whereas Yadira supports Washington liberals who are out of control. Oh no. Barb knows that inflation's hurting Colorado workers, and Caraveo has no idea. Hi, Barb. Oh, here we go. Yep. Barb had spent her entire career supporting American energy workers and American energy independence. She knows how important Colorado oil and gas is for our community and will fight any effort to destroy this economic engine. Yes, let's continue relying on a finite resource that's killing our planet. That sounds like a great economic strategy. Maybe I should do these more often. I get petty. Yadira sponsored legislation that destroyed new oil and gas development. Oh, good. Why didn't she share that on her website? I would have appreciated that information. I'm learning things. Take her out. Yeah, no. Sorry, that sounds violent. Wait, did she have a link for me? Where did I go? What? Why is there? Okay. There's a link on this, which makes actually no sense. Why is there a link on this? Gosh dang it. People don't know how to develop websites. Come on. Sorry. Yadira sponsored legislation that destroyed new oil and gas development, which threatens thousands of energy jobs and makes Colorado more reliant on out-of-state and foreign energy supply chains. It also decimated funding for our local K through 12 school districts. Why were your K through 12 school districts reliant on your oil and gas industry? No, we're working on it though, James. We're working on it. I think we'll have that figured out by the end of the workday, you know? All right. So, you know, Colorado. Come on, guys. You got this. You got this. This right here is all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That she only believes the energy workers that are valued are the ones that are in the oil and gas industry. So all of you Colorado workers that are like doing solar and wind stuff, or even nuclear, frankly, nah, you're illegitimate. You don't matter. Hey, what's up, Carlos? I want 0.5 degrees on my desk by the end of the day. I can't promise that. I was not CC'd on this memo. The climate is gonna have to wait. No, the climate can't wait. Yeah, no, we're watching. We're watching. You guys are watching me with this, which is just, it's one of the House races that is important for us to maintain, for Democrats to maintain the House. And I'm looking at all the climate ones for all of them. Let's go into that long sleep, hibernation, whatever it's called. Is that a cryogenic state? Is that what you're referring to? And be woken up when the earth is livable to humans again after humans kill themselves off. Sounds like a good plan, honestly. JK, the human race doesn't deserve to survive as a species. We suck. I think a lot of the indigenous people can stick around. They've been still trying. The whole time they've been like, guys, shouldn't we should care, right? Like, we've been doing this for a long time. What are you guys doing? So we just need like the Western civilization to die off. Oh man. And Eastern to some extent. I like the little dance, Carlos. Thank you for the dance. But yeah, so she's trying to make Yadira look bad, but frankly, this is already more information than what Yadira has on her own webpage about what she plans to do with her energy policies, so I actually appreciate it. I'm like, guys, this is all you need to know. This is all you need to know. But if you want to know more, look at Barb's website for both of them and you'll learn to appreciate Yadira more. She even voted for a gas tax increase and new taxes on deliveries. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so That is the Colorado race. So there you go. There you have it. Oh, and we also figured out that Yadira was a champion for change back in the Obama era because she specifically was, because she's a pediatrician, and she specifically was looking at the health effects of air pollution on her patients from coal-fired power plants. Sup legend Legendaristia Levy. Sup Levy. Do you want to be called Levy or Legend? What's your usual go-to? We're looking at important House races for the midterm elections, and we're looking at the different members and what their climate policies are for either of them. We're just finishing up the Colorado one, where we're looking at Yadira Caraveo and what was her name? Her name is Deb Kirkmeyer. I'm sorry, Barb. One of those one-syllable names, Barb Kirkmeyer. And Barb was letting us know how terrible Yadira was for wanting to reduce oil and gas. So we know where they both stand, bottom line. If you are a climate voter, you're going to want to vote for Yadira, especially because she called Levy. Okay, cool. And if you want to perpetuate my megalomania, Legendary Levy. Understandable. Okay. Depends on your comments on the chat. You know what I mean? So what will you do about the rising risk of climate change? Yes. Exactly. That was definitely the response for both the Californians in the case of the first race that we looked at. Literally both of them are just terrible. So if you're in this district, I can't help you. Though I will say, I think Rudy is pro-abortion. I'm sure there's other cases where they're different in their policies, but if it's just for climate change, yeah, there's no difference between the two. They both are huge. They accept huge money from fossil fuel companies, and they support fossil fuels. So there you go. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Maine. The Maine. We got Jared Golden with an asterisk. What does an asterisk mean? I don't know what asterisks mean. Whatever. Maybe that means he's the incumbent. Yeah, that probably means he's the incumbent. Scriabin thought that he would consume the universe. It could, but not for one planet. That sounds like a little more heat needed than what even climate change is doing. Also, we probably won't be around when the planet or when the universe dies. I just watched a documentary on it, so therefore I know everything. Every time I go on stream, my nose is running, and I don't understand why. Drives me crazy, literally. Just when I'm streaming. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about Jared Golden. He has a great name. I think he should win just because he has a cool name. That's how people choose their candidates, right? It's how I choose mine. All right. Yeah, no, we won't be here when the Earth explodes. Probably not. If we listen to Elon, we'll be in Mars. Dead. Probably. The rich people will be. Fighting for Maine. Okay, but what are the main issues? Get it? Protecting our environment. He has it on his page. Not just energy, but protecting our environment is on the page. Ooh, Okay, he's coming out strong. He's coming out strong. Jared knows that Maine natural resources are critical for our way of life and economy. He opposes efforts to weaken important environmental protections and has been a strong advocate of maintaining and restoring our natural park system. While in office, he has backed legislation to keep the U.S. in the Paris Climate Agreement. Nice. Supported the Land and Water Conservation Fund, our nation's most successful program for protecting public lands and parks, and championed the successful package of the Great American Outdoors Act, which is bringing $16 million to Maine to improve and maintain working forests and public lands near Perham Stream, near Bethel, and the Canadian National Park. Very good, very good. Okay, not too much talking about clean energy, but I'm glad that he's encouraging us to stay in the Paris Climate Agreement, so that's good at least. Hyper-evolution. Wait. Sorry, I'm going to need another 4-year term to complete the consume of let me try that again. Sorry, I'm going to need another 4-year term to complete the consume the universe pledge. Who knew it was such a big task? Also, legislative gridlock, etc., etc. There you go. Perfect. That was perfect. Just like that. Hyper evolution. Damn straight. Okay, well, I don't see very much having to do with his clean energy stuff, but I'm glad he's protecting the environment. That's good. I don't know why I'm getting a southern drawl right now. I'm from California. I need to stop. My grandma's from Texas. That's why I'm getting a southern drawl. Because, it gets passed down in the DNA. I'm in a mood today. I'm in a mood. I need to do these things more often. Just like judging people. Because, shit, that's what I'm good at. All right. So it's against Poliquin? Let me read this. A Democratic incumbent who has taken steps to separate himself from his party faces a rematch of one of the closest races in the 2018 Blue Wave. Oh, what? You think it's not like that can control the temperature? He can try. He can try. We could all try. I'm a little snotty at the moment, too. Which snot are you referring to? I don't even know. Are you referring to Jared Golden or are you referring to Elon Musk? Trump carried his largely rural district by 6 points in 2020, so the odds are against incumbent Democrat Representative Jared Golden. But Golden, a former Marine, oh, interesting, and a one-time staffer to the GOP Maine, so he's a Democrat, but he was a one-time staffer for a GOP person? That's interesting. Susan Collins has taken steps to distance himself from the National Party by voting against Biden's Build Back Better and America Rescue Plan. So that's why I didn't talk about climate change much. So he was against the Build Back Better plan, but he supported us staying in the Paris Agreement. What? All of them. Just all of the above. All you snots. Got it. Nonetheless, Poliquin and Republicans have attacked Golden for voting for the Inflation Reduction Act, which passed the House. Okay, so I'm glad he voted for that, I guess. But, cool. I'm confused, though. So how did he vote for things? Okay. He's saying, okay. That's weird. We didn't hear about him being a Democratic blocker for that's because he's in the House and it wasn't as big of a deal in the House. It was the Senate that Democrats that blocked. It was a bigger deal. I see. BBB is scary. It is. It's very scary. We're all going to die. It's fine. Drink tea. Or something stronger. I don't know what time you're in. What time zone you're in. TGIF. Let's see. So it doesn't matter as much that he didn't I mean, it matters for how he looks that he didn't support the Build Back Better Act, but it doesn't matter in the sense of it would have died anyways because it didn't get through the Senate. Big government incoming. Yeah, BBB is not that scary. Now I understand what BBB means. I didn't catch on that you were referring to the Build Back Better Act. I was just playing along because I didn't understand what you were saying. It doesn't mean big government. Like, it doesn't. It just means that they were trying to pass things, frankly, that this country has needed for a long time, that is very overdue, like, you know, childcare access and increasing like the clean energy transition and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think what were some of the other ones, like decreasing like drug prescription costs, like just things that we've kind of needed for a really long time, that we've been putting off for a really long time, and they were trying to, like, you know, just modernize society a little bit, but, you know. The things they want does mean big government. It doesn't, though. Like, it just, yeah, what does big government mean to you? You Carlos, you take over. Just you two talk. Okay, let's see. So Polikin and Republicans have attacked Golden for voting for the Inflation Reduction Act, which passed the House in August on the party line vote, which all Democrats voted in favor for, and no Republicans did, of course. Maine voters are faced with a ranked choice match. That's interesting. That's very interesting. With Golden facing his 2018 opponent, former Rep. Bruce Polikin. Bruce. It are two words. Legendary, you're not making sense, my dude. Sorry, Levi, you're not being legendary. I reserve the legendary for good takes. All right. Like, there's the whole, well, he's just asking what your definition is of big government. Like, what are the components that make a government be a concern for you, like the size of it? Because the whole point of the government is to, you know, make it so that federally we have, like, hopefully improving rights slowly, you know. But it doesn't, I don't think that there were, like, it's not like, okay, like, for example, some could argue maybe like nationalizing the grid would be an example of more power. They weren't doing that. Okay. Like, give me an example specifically in the BBB where more power was given to the government. Just start there, I guess. Okay. Bruce. Oh my gosh. I'm not seeing anything happening to do with the environment. Oh wait, JK. Lower gas and diesel prices. Okay, there's something. Which you totally have control over, because it's not like OPEC just agreed to decrease its supply or anything. No. Levi, my dude. Climate policy would absolutely increase our freedom, because climate change is a problem that's going to continue to hurt people's ability to live freely, to live their normal lives. And by increasing clean energy production, by decreasing the impacts of extreme weather events, you are actually working towards. Why are you, like, okay, interesting. You entered this chat and you're like, on that take, because like here we are talking about people that are in support of clean energy and climate adaptation and working towards this existential crisis. And you're just kind of like, we don't need that. What do you mean? What does it have to do with freedom? Are you kidding me? Like, have you seen the oil and gas industry and how it has entirely taken over our politics and taken over our land? What do you mean? It takes water from Kern County more than Kern County is able to even access in a drought-stricken state. What do you mean? I have to go. Climate change will lessen our freedoms by making it more difficult for people to normally access resources. That is how climate change hurts your freedom. Ignite them, Becky. Levi, I don't want you to feel excluded from the group, but you need to, I'm interested in having this dialogue. I am, you know? I'm interested in having this dialogue. So if you want to have a reasonable conversation about it, hit us up. But let's well, it was weird because it's not like they came on and they're like, climate change sucks. You know, they were very subtle about it at first. It's very interesting. So I don't know. Whenever people are a little more subtle about it, I think they might have hope, but I could be wrong. I might just be optimistic. Okay, so he says nothing about anything relating to energy in general. So, cool, I guess. And okay, so this is another example where both of the options kind of suck, honestly. I mean, at least Jared did vote in favor of the Inflation Reduction Act, so there is that. But when it comes to climate concerns, there's really not much there. Thoughts on mandating all major cities organic waste. Sup, Project Finest? I'm guessing Project Finest. Mandating all major cities organic waste. Thoughts on mandating in. I'm sorry, I'm not really understanding your question. Thoughts on mandating in all major cities organic waste? What do you mean? Can you rephrase the question just so I can understand what exactly you're asking? I think that organic waste and like, you know, the methane that comes out of like food waste and that kind of thing is a problem. Mandating the disposal of organic waste properly. Yes, I support that. Absolutely. I think that okay. So here's my little thing. So you know how like, you know, delivery services and everything are becoming like super freaking common and all that, right? I think that it should be more common to have more pickup services. Like I want to have services that pick up your compost, and there are places that do, but I want that to be more common everywhere, you know, because I think that it's important, and I think that should also be a thing for certain types of things that need to be recycled, and that's the case in other countries, right? I think Germany has like better programs where they specifically ask you to put in the bag very particular things, and if you don't, then they don't pick it up. And I think that should be for compost. I think that should be for battery recycling. I think that should be for the plastics that they want to, and I think it all should be responsibility of recycling companies or the corporations that made those products to be in charge of cleaning them, because I think it's ridiculous to expect all consumers to try to clean items to perfection. You know what I mean? People don't got that time. So that's what I think about it. I also think that then that compost should have a program in which it is made sure that that compost gets to farms so that they are able to use it for organic farming practices. And that also means, though, that we need to decrease our fertilizer intake in general, because sometimes due to the amount of fertilizer, pesticide, all that kind of stuff that's in the agriculture production, farmers are hesitant to take that compost because it might make them ineligible of being considered organic, because there's already so many chemicals in that actual like compost, because it wasn't from organic material. So that's a different issue. But yeah, that's I guess my take on that. There are some facilities that will go ahead and use like that will use waste and stuff like that, like use the methane to actually heat different people's homes and use that as an energy use kind of. But and I think that could be useful as well, but it's just a matter of whether or not it'd be better used for compost or it would be better used for energy. I think probably compost, but I could go back and forth on that. Thank you for telling me I handled something well. I appreciate it. So yeah. Oh, and here's another thing too. I didn't even notice this, but Levi followed me. That's like the fourth time that I had someone who clearly disagreed with me still follow me. So very random. I feel like they'll unfollow me later, because that also I feel like seems to happen. Interesting. Yeah. And if you want to learn more about organic or my takes on stuff like that, feel free to give me a little follow on my stream. I'm so close to being an affiliate. So close. I just need to stream more often. Right. So we are talking about Bruce. Let's get back to the Bruce at hand. The main Bruce. I need to stop. All right. Bruce is the son of a teacher and a nurse. That's good. Good for Bruce. Oh no. Tragedy struck. He lost his wife and son. That's very sad. Oh no, he raised his son. Sorry, the son didn't die. But he lost his wife, and that's sad. And he was a goalie for an undefeated high school team. Wait, was he a high schooler? I'm sorry. I'm partially reading it. I need to either fully read it or not read it at all. Okay. I was looking for energy things, and I ain't seen them. So, Bruce, come now. Let's look at climate change. See if he got any takes. Scorecard for the Bruce. Ha! 16%. Ooh. Oh, lordy. Lordy, he rejects stuff. My goodness. Gutting clean energy funding? Why is that a good thing? That's not a good thing. All right. Well, you know. Or I guess he voted to gut it, so that's not a good thing. Voted to undermine land and water conservation. Love it. Voted to attack Ironwood Forest National Park. Love it. Seems like a quality guy. I guess we should be even. We could go ahead and look at Jared Golden on this scorecard too. If there is a search bar. Where's the search bar? There it is. Jared Golden. I hope you guys like my singing, because it's not going away. I don't see him. Where is he? Maybe if I just look it up in the search. But yeah, so no to the Bruce, even though he has a very nice smile. No to the Bruce. But let's see. Jared Golden. I can't say his name without singing the Golden part for some reason. Well, Jared's on the energy and environment page, so that's interesting. Wait, no, I want to go here. Oh, but that's a 2018 card. That's not going to be as accurate. He has a long-standing record for clean air and water and environmental protection. Well, that's good. Oh, did he already defeat him? I just want to double check and make sure that this... I want to double check and make sure that the house races that we're looking at here are not for like 2018 because it's starting to make me question. I mean, the other ones seemed pretty recent. It's taking a sec. It needs a moment. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. I'll probably make myself some eggs. I really gotta do dishes first. That's what I've been like avoiding for a while is no, that's 2022. Okay. So is he running against the same guy then? Or are they just duking it out again? Because that's what it looks like. Yeah, okay, it's a rematch. All right, got it. Okay, have a good appointment. Thank you so much for visiting, River. I appreciate you so much. And yes, I should eat. I will. I'll have a good lunch. I just couldn't get myself to wake up early enough to shower and eat. Bye. Have a good appointment. I'm not saying I'm leaving the chat. And if anyone's, yeah, just River. Okay. Yeah. So Golden and Polican, this is not their first rodeo. They've competed against each other before, so that's very interesting. Let's see. Okay, so it says in here that he will advocate for creating jobs and clean energy and stuff. So that's good. I don't really have details exactly how he's done that, but I'm glad that he's done that, I guess. Yeah, here's his scorecard. Let's look at the scorecard. That's a pretty freaking good scorecard. I'm actually impressed. Okay. Dude. And this one was just because of parental leave. That is fair. He just said no to the Build Back Better Act. That's interesting. He was good with all the other ones. It's just the Build Back Better Act that he was not happy with. That's very interesting. But okay, so this is an example of a clear race. We got a clear race here on who, if you are a climate voter, who you would vote for. You should vote for Jared Golden if you care about the environment because Bruce don't give a fuck. Bruce got a 19%, 17%. That's not good. He voted against everything. So there you go. So far, from what we've looked at, we know from the important races here this year, we have in California, doesn't fucking matter because they both suck. that is the official. In Colorado, definitely Caraveo over Kirkmeyer, 100%. And in Maine, definitely Jared Golden over Polican. There we go. That's what we have so far for if you care about climate change, who you should vote for. All right, next up we got Michigan. We have Elisa Slotkin and Barrett. Wait, as in Amy Cohen? Wait, no, I'm stupid. She's a Supreme Court judge. Never mind. I'm like, why does that not sound right to me? Because she was never appointed, because we don't get to vote for our Supreme Court judges that make huge decisions for our country. But that's a different tangent. No, this is a different Barrett. A Tom Barrett. Is he a brother of? Okay. In Sweeney, sorry, one sec. There we go. In Sweeney, Central Michigan, a moderate Democrat who made a name for herself flipping the district in 2018 faces her most difficult challenge yet. Representative Elissa Slotkin is running in Michigan's newly drawn 7th district. The district is anchored around Lansing. Biden carried the seat by less than 1 point in 2020, and Trump carried it in 2016. Very interesting. Slotkin was first elected in 2018 when she flipped the traditionally GOP seat. She previously served in the Department of Defense and the Central Intelligence Agency. Also interesting. Slotkin has come under fire for a 7-month lease on a condo within Michigan's 7th congressional district in Lansing. The lease ends in mid-November, which raises a question about her residency in the district. Oh, well, that's a problem. That's weird. Why would she do that? She faces top Republican recruit, State Senate Tom Barrett. Barrett is an Army veteran who previously served in the state house. So they're both DOD folk. Barrett is another Republican nominee who has removed anti-abortion language from his campaign materials this summer following his primary win. Dang. He previously described himself as 100% pro-life without exceptions. That language no longer exists in his campaign website. How very strategic of him. Okay, so let's look at Elissa Slotkin. Slotkin. I like her last name. I don't know why. You just gotta slot her in. Okay. All right. Let's look at Elissa for Congress. There she is. All right. And let's look at her issues. Because I got issues. You got them too. Where the hell are your issues? They're priorities. Some people have issues, other people have priorities. And other people don't have anything because their website's shitty. Investing in infrastructure might have something climate related in there. Preserving the environment. All right, let's start there. She looks very serious. And we're just going under the assumption that the lease thing is not a problem. Obviously, like, if your person is no longer going to be in your district, yeah, that's a fair concern. But I have no idea what's going on about that. So we're just assuming that they're both legitimate candidates, okay? Our threat to our environment is a threat to our security and threat to our way of life. Yeah, she was a DOD and CIA person, okay? They have come out saying that climate change is one of the biggest threats facing our country in the way of national security. In fact, in Michigan, they are intrinsically linked. Everywhere they are, but yes, them too. Oh, sorry. Strong economy and clean environment is what she's referring to. I forgot to read the sentence before. After all, if you can't sustain your business because our lakes and rivers have become polluted, that's a threat to your economic security. I appreciate the plain language on that. If you and your family don't have access to clean drinking water, that's a threat to your family's health and well-being. And if polluters continue to write the rules, that's a threat to the future of our state and the environment we will pass down to our kids. Yes. Here in Michigan, we not only cherish our beautiful natural resources, but we depend on them to keep our families healthy and our economy strong. That's why I've made protecting our environment and the businesses that depend on them a top priority, since over 525,000 jobs in our state are tied to the Great Lakes. Good statistic. In February 2020, I strongly supported the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, which passed the U.S. House of Representatives with bipartisan support. This legislation will ensure that we have the funding to preserve the Great Lakes as a reliable source of clean water, fishing, and recreation for generations to come. The development of clean energy technologies like wind and solar not only help the quality of our environment, but also it also means economic potential. Yes, thank you, girl. Michigan has always been a leader in manufacturing, and I will continue to fight to position Michigan to welcome the next generation of high-skilled, well-paid, advanced manufacturing jobs in our state. And they are actually getting, Michigan in particular, is very much benefiting from the clean energy transition. So that's cool. But big government and something about freedoms. Welcome back. The impact of climate change is being felt nationally and can be seen here in Michigan. I believe climate change is an issue that must be taken seriously, and prudent planning should be undertaken to prepare for and mitigate its negative impacts. We must be realistic about our changing climate and prepare for our state's economy, communities, and environment for the impact of climate change and get serious about how we stop it. Okay, she's cool. She cool. We'll look at the what's it called? The League of Conservative Voter, if they have like a thing on her. New type in. Wait, is there T? Expected to be a nail biter. Yeah, we'll look at his climate takes in a sec. But big government and something about freedoms. All right. Does she have? There it is. Highlights. I need the scorecard. Give me the scorecard. And her score is, whoa, that's a good freaking score. Atta girl. Oh man. The only one she missed was due to a school shooting. That's a very fair reason to not vote for something. Damn. But look at this. It's pretty. All right. She cool. She cool. All right. Let's see if I can get this same smile on my face for the next candidate. So the next one is Barrett. What's his first name? Tom Barrett. Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, Tom Barrett. Let's see if you can get that same smile on my face. I'm being even here, you know? We're going through the information that we can about them. Debate on gay marriage. Well, that's not... Hey, Coomer, what's up? We're looking at the top House races and looking at each of their climate takes. So right now we're on Michigan, and we just looked at Elisa Slotkin, who looks very, very pretty for the environmental scorecard. We back streaming, baby. Yes, we are. We are here on Mondays and Fridays. All right, let's see. So... past public, military service, cool. Okay, but I want to know, like, what you care about. Is there any information on what you care about? Okay. There's no information here. What the hell? Okay, he chaired the Agriculture Committee, so that's interesting. He also served on the Energy Policy Commerce. That's all one? I'm confused. He served on the Energy Policy, Commerce, Government Operations, Communications, and Technology, and Insurance Committees. Oh, those are all the committees. He was busy. I respect the work ethic. I'll say that. Okay, so he was on the energy policy. So we're probably going to have a pretty good idea then if we look up him and climate change, what his views are going to be, right? Climate change. What we got? Okay, that's 2017. What's GWG? I'm confused. Maybe there's like some news on it. Third failing grade. That's not good. I'm not holding my breath. I am suspect. Yeah, I am too, but I'm trying to give him his best shot here. But I can't even find. Okay, sorry. What's the name of that? It's League of Conservation Voters, right? Yeah, it's League of Conservation Voters. Give me the scorecard. Oh, sorry. I had to call him Thomas. That's why. Yeah, lack of info already is a bad sign in comparison with Elisa. So he's already like, is that him? Wait. I don't remember him having a mustache. He actually, I mean, that's not a bad score. It's not a bad score. So that's interesting. Wait, no, this is Wisconsin. That's not him. No, that's not him. That's some Democrat. He doesn't even have a scorecard. So that's good, I guess. Yeah, wait, that's Carper. That was completely off. Okay. Wait, no, that's Barrett, but that was still off. That's not who that is. I don't even know. I don't see any information on him. That's weird. That's very strange. He doesn't care enough to give information on his position in this matter. That is, I guess, my takeaway, because I can't even find any information on his climate takes at all. So that's what I got. If any of you guys can find any other information, I would be interested to know. But I'm going to try one more little searchy search. And if I don't find anything, then we done. What is this failing grade thing? I keep seeing it. On labor scorecard. Uh-oh. Received a 0. That's embarrassing. Okay. So he does not stand with working families according to this. I don't know what this is though, to be fair. So is it yeah, I don't know what AFL-CIO stands for. So maybe I shouldn't say that, but I think it's a labor foundation, and I think they don't like him. And that's where I guess I'll leave it, because I don't see any information necessarily on anything that has to do with clean energy or climate change or anything like that. So you got no takes. You got no takes. You have no takes on your website, which is weird, like for anything. So that's just not professional, man. And that, my friends, was Michigan. But he's anti-abortion. So, there's also a take there. Okay, now we're going to go to Chris Pappas and Leavitt. Why does the first person only get a first name? Caroline Leavitt. And we'll see if we want to Leavitt. That's a red flag, lol, not even having talking points. Yeah, he had no talking points on his website. He's not even that old. He wasn't even that old. That's the sad part. That's the sad part, okay? We saw Barb. Barb was in her 60s and she had more takes. Yeah, Michigan's pretty divided. At least in certain key districts, I think for the most part it's decently blue, but it's like the districts that they're purple on, those matter. Really? So she'll be voting between those two options? Like she'll be voting for... We actually have a voter that can be influenced. I mean, we kind of already know Sarah's takes with this kind of stuff, though, I feel like. But if when you visit her, Elisa's got the Beccasphere vote. All right, let's look at, let's read this first. Okay, so former Trump White House assistant, press secretary Caroline, that's an interesting background she's got there. She looks like a press secretary. Caroline Leavitt. My first red flag is that she spelled Caroline with a K. That's my first I don't want to be mean. Okay, sorry. She's very pretty, though, to be fair. Former Trump White House assistant, press secretary Caroline Leavitt won the September GOP primary to take on Democratic Representative Chris Pappas. Trump won the district in 2016 and Biden in 2020. So it's another one that's just flippy-floppy. Pappas, who is openly gay, was elected in 2018 and previously served as a member of the New Hampshire Executive Council. Leavitt defended the 2020 GOP nominee Matt Mowers in the primary, who also served in Trump's administration and was considered the frontrunner. At age 25, she's our age. Why do we not see more young Democrats running? That's what I want to know. Why are we only seeing the 25-year-olds, the Gen Zers, in the GOP? I'm very confused by that. I feel like it's because the Democratic ones are just like, no, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. Leavitt defeated the 2020. Okay. At age 25, she could be one of the first members of Gen Z to serve in Congress if she wins the general election race in November. After her role at the White House, she worked as a director of communications for the House Republican Conference Chair, Rep. Elise Stefanik of New York. She's pretty freaking successful for a 25-year-old. I'll give her that. Like, damn, I'm feeling inadequate here. The day after winning her primary, Leavitt scrubbed her Twitter biography of any mention of Trump and her previously held position in the White House, issues that could complicate her outreach for both independents and even some Democrats she needs in November in the battleground state. That's interesting. I wonder why she did that. Okay, well, let's first look at Chris Pappas. All right, Chris Pappas for Congress. Join Team Pappas. I love people that have fun last names. So good. I'm jealous. I want a fun last name. Okay. Pappas for Congress. On issues. Yay, he has an issues list. Step 1, issues on your website. Check. Step 2, protecting our environment on the list. Check. Feel like there's such basics here. Okay, New Hampshire's way of life and economy is rooted in our coastlines, lakes, mountains, forests, and our natural surroundings. We should all work to leave our planet better than we found it. That means promoting clean energy, supporting environmental protection, and confronting the threat of climate change head on. Damn right, Chris. Chris knows climate change is an existential threat to the future of the planet, and that we must take bold action to prevent its economic and environmental impacts here and around the globe. Chris is a strong supporter of developing New Hampshire's renewable energy portfolio, which, by the way, is getting a lot of offshore wind, so that's really cool, including offshore wind and solar. Hey. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure New Hampshire's now in first place for its proposed offshore wind ideas for the East Coast. California is first place, I think, for the country because we have a lot of offshore wind plans. Once we got them floating, once we got the floating technology, oh, we're off. Because before, if y'all don't know, that before offshore wind was only really available for coastlines that had a gradual departure or gradual depth, which is mostly on the East Coast. The West Coast, it drops off fast. And so in order to have wind turbines off the coast initially, you need to have shallower enough waters to put it far enough on the coast that it's not like right on the coast, but also, have consistent wind and stuff too. So for a long time, only the East Coast was even thought as a consideration for offshore wind. But now that there is a fixed offshore wind technology, floating offshore wind technology, which basically is an offshore wind platform that's floating, and they just kind of anchor it to the ground. That allows for deeper offshore wind to be developed. So now the West Coast is like all over it. So, but New Hampshire can do fixed. They could do both, but I think floating is more expensive. So like if you're able to do fixed, you should do fixed. Unless you have too many people that are like, this is an eyesore. Then you can pay more and do a floating one and make it further out there. And then people will barely see it and they'll still complain about it. And then you'll be like, why did I pay all this money if you're going to complain about it regardless? And then that will be the conversation. Chris is a strong supporter of developing New Hampshire's renewable energy portfolio, including offshore wind and solar. Wait. You gotta be careful with your descriptors here. Are you saying you want offshore solar too? Because that's not much of a concept. I don't think he's saying that. Chris is fighting for legislation to expand incentives and tax credits so our state can continue to take part in the clean energy revolution, revitalization that's underway. I would call it more of a revolution because revitalization implies that it previously existed and then it slowed down, which is not so much true. Sorry, I'm like being judgy on his wording. Bottom line, he cares about this stuff, which is good. Oh, and he also cares about PFAS chemicals. That's really good. This is vocabulary right here. This shows vocabulary knowledge. Good job. Good job, Chris. Okay, Chris is a leader in fighting toxic PFAS chemicals. As a member of the bipartisan PFAS task force, Chris is working across the aisle to protect the health of our communities and insist on tougher standards. Good. Sorry. Earlier this year, Chris fought for the passage of the Clean Water Standards for PFAS Act, which included a bill he wrote to hold polluters accountable for requiring the EPA to regulate PFAS under the Clean Water Act and address harmful discharges of PFAS into our nation's waterways. Very good. So if you don't know, PFAS, those are also called forever chemicals, and they're in everything, absolutely everything. They're in your clothes, they're in your non-stick pans, they're in your waterproof clothing, they are everywhere, and they have a lot of health negative impacts, including infertility issues. So, if you want to work on decreasing the population, I guess you could just continue our business as usual because our pollution is definitely doing that. Shrinking penises and all that. So, yeah. In case any of you guys kind of like tuned out and stuff, I hope you tuned back into the shrinking penises. That's all you need. Oh, man. Chris is fighting to protect our environment by advocating for this is bullet points. We got bullet points. This is probably the best issues page I've seen on it. Impressive. advocating for the U.S. to reach net zero emissions by 2050 by co-sponsoring the 100% Clean Economy Act, passing the bipartisan infrastructure bill with allocated funding to increase in community resilience in the face of the climate crisis and created clean new jobs, leading the fight to regulate PFAS chemicals in industrial manufacturing and keeping our drinking water safe, introducing regulation to bolster our nation's renewable energy storage capabilities, a critical aspect of building a more resilient grid, reducing our carbon footprint, and fully realizing our nation's renewable energy potential, standing up to fight the politicization of federal science. All right. By co-sponsoring legislation to preserve scientific integrity so that science and data, not political considerations, are dictate policy. I like him. Supporting legislation to protect our coastlines and public lands from oil and gas exploration. I love him. He's great. Chris is great. Okay, Caroline, you got a lot of following up to do because Chris is taking my breath away here. Let's see how Caroline does. All right. Caroline for Congress. All right. Issues. She has an issues page. Check. Let's fight for lower taxes, less regulation, and more economic freedom. Okay. Usual talking points. Law and order. Fiercely fight, defund the police. Okay. Stronger borders. Well, so far I hate her takes, but we're looking for the climate take, okay? Election integrity. Concerning. She's concerning. The lady in this airport is closing her coffee shop and just gave me a free donuts and coffee. Oh, that's so nice. I love Oregon too. How lovely. Education. I could say a lot about these other takes, but nope, we're skipping. Free speech, we're skipping. Draining the swamp, we're skipping. Oh, pro-life, we're skipping. Sounding a wee bit sheet here. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, here we go. Energy independence. Okay, we got there, guys. Okay, energy security is national security. Okay, cool. Under President Trump, the United States finally became energy independent. No, we didn't. Ending our reliance on foreign energy. Okay, we start with lies. Good start. In just a few short months, the Biden administration has relaunched the war on American energy. What is she talking about? Once again, making America dependent on foreign imports. No data, no information. Also incorrect. Cool. While Granite Sisters grapples with higher gasoline and energy prices, our adversaries in Russia and China and the Middle East are using our dependence on foreign oil as leverage in international negotiations. Yeah, so maybe we should move away from fossil fuels. Just an idea. We cannot continue to leave our nation at the mercy of countries who hate us, allowing them to turn off the tap at any time they choose. I agree with that. I will fight to restore our energy independence and make, okay, but like you said nothing. You said lies and then you said nothing. Notice she didn't say, she said energy. There's nowhere that she says whether or not she's referring to fossil fuel energy or clean energy. It doesn't say either. It just says energy. Interesting. I wonder what she's referring to. So when she says China for that, I wonder if she's referring to solar, because that's an argument that sometimes people have, is that because a lot of our clean energy supply does come from China right now, that's an argument. That is a legit argument. If they wanted to make it, they can make it. But also, there's bipartisan support for making it domestic production. So, and we already passed the CHIPS Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, both of which were rejected by, well, actually, CHIPS Act, I believe, was bipartisan. So that's good. Whatever bipartisan means in that case. Inflation Reduction Act was not. And both of those encourage domestic production. So it's not like Democrats don't want domestic production. So I'm not sure who she's fighting with that. Damn, those pesky other countries selling their resources at the price they desire. Sometimes the free market sucks. Got him. Oh, that was good. That was a good one, James. Yeah. Yes. Ain't that a bitch? Man, that's pretty funny. And is that the whole infrastructure? As Democrats in Congress use infrastructure as a buzzword to slam through their partisan priorities. Oh yeah, that's the usual. The Inflation Reduction Act. Wait, no, that's infrastructure bill. And that did. Wait, the infrastructure bill paid for infrastructure. So what the fuck is she talking about? Okay, I work to refocus the conversation to improving our bridges, fixing our roads, and investing in our communities and creating good-paying jobs along the way. Wait, that's what the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act did? I'm confused. I will also fight to increase access to rural broadband across our state. That's good, especially in rural communities. That's good. In the modern digital age, when so many work and learn online, there's no excuse for limited internet access to communities. I agree with that. That's good. Okay, so she really doesn't have much in the way of energy takes. She won't say clean energy, and she also won't say fossil fuels. So she's trying to toe a line here with that, I guess. So that, needless to say, is very underwhelming compared to this. Very underwhelming. So I'm going to have to give Papas the Beckosphere salute, or whatever the fuck I'm calling this. We're gonna have to give it to Chris. Okay, so as a review, we have both of these are dumb fucks. I don't care. Definitely Caraveo over Kirkmeyer, though Kirkmeyer, I do appreciate the petty. We definitely want Golden over Polikin. And we definitely want Eliza Slotkin over Barrett. And Eliza had the second best environmental page, with Chris Papas now sliding into first for the best environmental page on his candidate website. So I love it's the Beckosphere salute, Hannah. It's the Beckosphere salute. This is not me talking. This is the Beckosphere talking here. Oh man. Okay. All right, now let's go to New Jersey. I know I usually only do 2 hours, but honestly, I kind of just, there's a lot more to go through. So maybe we should just do okay, do you guys think that we should look at the Senate next week, or we should continue the House ones until we finish those first? What do you guys think? I'm enjoying doing this, and I'm definitely going to post the recording of this on YouTube to hopefully get a few more views out there, because this is a very important topic. I will edit it down to make it more watchable, but this is a very important topic. I could make a better video on it maybe, but that's work. And I'm funny here, so I should just do this. But let me know what you think on whether or not we should do the House one again. Maybe. I care about your input, Hannah. Okay, it's the thought that counts. And I could switch the time to 10. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for you, Hannah. But still, I think I'm leaning towards continuing the House next week. Let's just... You're kind of funny sometimes, I guess. Okay, Hannah, that explains why you definitely want to live with me again. And if you refuse, I will sneak into your house and tape a banana to your ceiling. That's my threat. And give Rosie extra treats and catnip. Like a truly evil person. I'll hype her up and then leave her with you. Does Rosie respond to catnip? I'm curious. Okay, but yeah, bottom line, y'all didn't respond fast enough. I decided that we're going to continue the House one next week because there's a lot to go through, and the House is more likely to be lost to the Democrats in this case, and we care about whether or not the Democrats win because the Democrats are the only party that's doing anything about climate change. So from a single party voting perspective, it's pretty simple. She does like catnip. That's cute. Give her some catnip for me. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off with one more. We're going to do one more. We're going to do New Jersey, and that will be our end, okay? You know what? You can shut up, okay? Sometimes the number isn't completely accurate because sometimes there's only one person, and then I'm surprised with the second person that like shows up in the chat, okay? So that's what I'll say. I say that to make myself feel better, okay? All right. Well, if you want that, then we can just end here and we won't do another one. But I want to do one more. So we're going to do one more, okay? So shush. All right, New Jersey. So we got Tom Malinowski and Keene, whose first name doesn't matter apparently. Tom. Wait, are they both named Tom? It's Tom versus Tom. It's a Tom versus Tom race, guys. This is a big one. New Jersey, you got two Toms. Okay, in New Jersey, a Democrat faces his hardest re-election campaign to date in a GOP district and is aiming to tie as well a well-known political name to Trump. Interesting. Okay, incumbent Democrat Representative Tom Malinowski, Malinowski is up for re-election in this New Jersey district. The Cook Political Report rates as a seat that leans Republican. As we've seen with all these other ones, Biden won in 2020, Trump won in 2016. Malinowski was elected in 2018 and previously served as an assistant secretary of state for democracy, human rights, and labor under the Obama administration. Okay. Oh my gosh, my nose is so tickly. I don't know. He faces Republican state Senator Tom Keene Jr., a moderate son of a popular GOP governor who beat out several challengers to his right to win the nomination. The two faced off previously in 2020, with Malinowski defeating Keene 50.6% to 49.4%. Jeez, that's very close. In a non-presidential year with Republicans expected to retake the House, that close win could flip Keene's favor in this rematch. Malinowski has attempted to tie Keene to Trump with his last ad saying Trump and the MAGA crowd know they can count on Tom Keene Jr. and mentioning a possible national abortion ban. Ooh, we're playing with fire here. Most House candidates just think you can tell the climate to stop and it will stop changing. Yeah, I mean, so far, a lot of the GOP candidates that we've seen seem to be that way. Yeah, I mean, not all of them are taking money from oil companies, but a lot of them are. And so far, they mostly have been Republican, except for the case of the Californian one. That's also the Democrat, which is why I think they both suck. So as a review, welcome, OAS Music. Welcome. So we're looking at the top candidate races for the House, right? And in California, we have these two, and they both suck. They both suck. So that's the Beckosphere take. Doesn't fucking matter. They both suck. New world record. Cool. Thanks. That's impressive. I usually butcher names, so you're lucky. And okay, so Colorado, definitely Caraveo is more climate conscious than Kirkmeyer, though Kirkmeyer, she got some sass to her, I will say. That doesn't mean you should vote for her. It means that maybe she should be on some sort of TV show at some point. It's just her campaign thing is, and her website is just, it's so petty. It's really funny. Okay, Jared Golden is definitely better than Polikin. Very big difference. So definitely he is the guy to vote for climate in Maine. For Michigan, Elisa Slotkin had a very, very good climate page on her Congress site. Oh, and also another thing I want to mention about Caraveo, because I didn't really say specifically about why I like her. She's a pediatrician, and she specifically during the Obama administration talked about how coal pollution impacts people's health, and particularly people with asthma. And so she's looking at the health impacts of climate change and fossil fuels. Yeah, Mean Girl Political Edition. No, dude. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up Kirkmeyer's thing again, because it's gold. It's just beautiful. Her name is Barb Kirkmeyer. Just great. Like, she doesn't have an issues page, but her issues page is that she has an issue with with her competitor. The conservative fighter who wins. Come on, load. You can do it. Yeah. Come on. It doesn't want to show you. It's embarrassed. I've embarrassed this site. I just want to go to the, okay. We'll go back to that, but you should look at her page, because it's really funny. Okay, yeah, so Golden's good. Elisa's good. She's in second place for me right now on the best climate pages, dedications. And then first place is Chris Pappas for his takes on clean energy and everything. New Hampshire is very big for offshore wind, so he's done a lot with clean energy in that state. Very good. Compared to Leavitt, who had no takes, none on her site. She did the usual, I believe in energy independence, and Trump brought energy independence, and then Biden took it away. And that's basically all of her takes. She doesn't say anything specifically about fossil fuels or about clean energy or about climate change. So I always love how unintentionally funny conservative political ads are. I know, they're all so great. They're all so great. People who've clearly never held a gun in their life with guns. Oh my gosh, it's the best. Yep. Jesus guns, baby. Trump shit. That's it. That's all, folks. Occasionally we got some hatred towards China or Russia or something like that. She had a lot of hatred towards China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, which is fair. But yeah. But she is a Gen Zer, so she will bring broadband to rural communities, and I do respect that. She's a very accomplished 25-year-old. I'm 25, and I feel a little inadequate compared to her. I will give her that. But yeah, in the way of who to vote for, she ain't it. Don't make that be the first Gen Z expression in Congress. Please, no. I mean, do you have to see the ad Marjorie Taylor Greene did when she blows up the car with the words? I saw that. That's the gold. That is the gold that we just need to see keep going, you know? It's amazing. I'm a new Twitch streamer, so I frankly, for some reason, Mac and yes, I'm using a Mac. I'm sorry. I know it's embarrassing. I'm using a Mac and I'm using Streamlabs, and they don't go together very well. So I haven't been able to figure out yet how to actually make video sounds show up on my stream, which makes me really sad. But as soon as I do want to do more just like reactions to different people's takes on climate change, because I know Ron DeSantis just did an interesting move away from climate change. Like, he's like, I'm not going to say climate's changing, even though we just got slammed by almost a category 5 storm. I'm going to say hurricanes happen. Windows source. I've looked at the different like sources and stuff. I tried it for like an hour on stream last Friday. I couldn't figure it out with 2 Twitch streamers, and they couldn't help me. I'll look into it more, I promise, but I'm not going to do it right now. We're going to finish up today's today's stream with looking at New Jersey. So let's take a look at New Jersey. It still won't load. What the hell? Kirkmeyer, I'll be honest, you have one of the better websites of the options. Oh, there she is. There she is. Okay, here we go. Colorado's Choice. This is how she chose to frame it. Yep, here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. We got a full 3 a.m. Oh, my life was terrible before in black and white, but now I can be like this. That's yeah, and then she's got a yeah and no. Except the energy one makes her look really bad. It makes her candidate look really good, and actually gave me more information on her candidate than her candidate even put in her own page. Oh yeah, of course it's the first thing you see. To be fair, that's the case for a lot of these sites. But yeah, so Barb spent her entire year in supporting American energy workers and American energy independence, which only refers to fossil fuels, by the way. She knows how important Colorado oil and gas is to the community and will fight efforts to destroy this economic engine. So, whereas her, the other person, Caraveo, who again is a pediatrician who is worried about the impacts of climate change and fossil fuel pollution on her community, wants to destroy oil and gas development. And yeah, she wants to destroy oil and gas development. And therefore Barb infers that therefore it will make Colorado more reliant on out-of-state and foreign energy because, again, she doesn't think that clean energy exists. And that it will decimate local K-12 school funding because for some reason local K-12 funding is dependent on the fossil fuel industry, which sounds like a red flag to me on its own. I was terrible before. Now I'm a middle-aged angry old person. Yeah, exactly. Except this is her competition. Her competition's the one in black and white. I love how the options here are the angry old person and a doctor who has researched and knows climate change. Yeah. Yes. In fact, she also she was a candidate for change in the Obama administration because she was bringing up concerns about air pollution from her coal-fired power plants in her state. That was actually in New Mexico, was that state, though, because I think she got an education in New Mexico. But now she's running for, what was it? Maine, I think. No, not Maine. Sorry, Colorado. But now she's ready for Colorado. That makes more sense, honestly. Colorado is not that far from New Mexico. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at. That's what we've been going through. So let's go ahead and finish up with New Jersey. We're going to look at Tom Melaninsky first. Okay. Melaninsky for New Jersey. Have you looked up your own representatives if you are in the U.S.? I have Zoe Lofgren, who's great, and Jeff Gorman, who I need to look up more on. She needs a socialist car ad, to be honest. That would be funny. That would be really funny. If you want to buy this car, too bad. I already caught it on fire because it's socialist. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate that. Yes. We talk about climate here. Also, just to give me a little pitch about myself, I have a climate change YouTube channel, and I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, all those places. Wait, holy shit, I forgot to do this earlier. Pronouns? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it supposed to do something? Because I don't have anything that says pronouns. Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm told you I'm new at this. Yeah, I haven't put in the thingies for that. I'm she her if you you want to know. But yeah, so I do a climate change YouTube channel, and it's a command. Oh, I have no idea. You command my pronouns. She her. I do a YouTube channel and podcast, and I'm Twitch streaming and all that. So look on the bio if you are interested in that content. I do a lot of climate news content because I'm just trying to get the information out. But near the midterms, so we do this. Like with bots. Yeah, I haven't set up the bots yet. Oh, I know. Not that kind of command. I was kidding. I'm blonde, but I'm not that blonde. Hey, okay, so step 1, he has an issues page. Check, because some of them don't even have issues pages. Step 2, he has a protect our environment page. I would also accept an energy page, so check on that. We probably should look also at the 21st century infrastructure page, because that's also important. Ooh, he has a scrolling feature. Okay. We have a responsibility to protect the natural and open spaces in our district for the health of our environment, the success of our economy, and the benefit of future generations. Since my election in 2018, I have worked with landowners and environmentalists to stop the Penn East pipeline. Good. An unnecessary project that would have brought no benefit to New Jersey while ruining the lives and livelihoods of Hunterdon County farmers and landowners along the Delaware River. We succeeded and can celebrate that those properties are now safe. Very nice. Sorry, that was a burp. And then he has links to the pipeline. I continue to advocate for the preservation and restoration of our district's wild and natural spaces. My Protect and Restore America Estuaries Act, estuaries are very important, so that's good, was signed into law under President Trump, interesting, and improves water quality and ecological integrity for our nation's most significant watersheds, including part of the, I'm not pronouncing these. I am. Raritan, Rahway, Elizabeth, and Hackensack rivers in New Jersey. That's a lot of rivers. I work successfully to get the Musconetcong River to fully protected as a national wild and scenic river. Yeah, if you've been on this Twitch stream for any period of time, I can't pronounce shit. So again, the fact that I said OAS music correct, you're welcome. America is already paying tens of billions of dollars a year fixing the damage caused by a warming climate. True. I believe that climate rescue is possible and urgently needed. We have the technology and ingenuity to do it. I want America, not China or any other country, to lead the world to a clean energy future, and I want New Jersey to lead America. Good goals. I like it. The bipartisan infrastructure bill that I helped pass will fund investments in electric vehicle charging and in upgrading our national electricity grid to handle the extra load and to spur new technological developments. I have voted for and will continue to support more far-reaching legislation to help America to win the race to clean energy through research and development by providing incentives to utilities to use renewables and by imposing fees on imports from polluting industries abroad. Good goals. Okay. He's cool. I like him. Seems nice. I want to see if he shows up on the scorecard for the League of Conservation Voters. They have a scorecard. There he is. All right, let's see how he is on the scorecard. He talks good, but how is he at actually enacting things? Ooh, 99%. Okay. Look at that. Those are all climate legislation pieces that he voted for. He voted in favor of. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. So he's in good graces. Let's look at Keene. Hi, welcome back. We're talking about New Jersey. No, not the AirPods. Dang. Well, I hope you can find a way to hear me. We're doing one more, which is New Jersey. And then we're going to continue this next week to finish up the House races because there's too many for me to do in one. So, yeah. Tom Keene Jr. Oh my goodness. Okay. Keene for Congress. Okay. Step 1. Does he have an issues page? No. Oh, platform. Okay, that counts. All right. Check. He has an issues page, hopefully. This is not an issues page. He does not have an issues page. Take away the check. Okay. What are your issues? Why do they keep doing this? What the hell is this? What is this? Why are these people tied? I don't understand. What is this? I don't have audio. Okay, I'm just gonna put the mic up because I gotta know what this is. It looks gross.
Growing tomatoes, sometimes you have to toss a rotten one. It's just like
it's a tomato.
Take Tom Mellon.
Can you guys hear this?
Votes for billions, higher taxes, whatever Pelosi says. Now we're all paying more. It's rotten. And then there's Tom Keene Jr., who's always fought for less spending and lower taxes to make New Jersey a better place. So if we want change, it's pretty simple. We need to toss out the rotten ones and send Tom Keene Jr. to Congress.
I'm Tom Keene Jr., and I approve this message.
That told me nothing. That told me abso-freaking-lutely nothing. What is this? This tells me nothing about him. I have no information on this man. I don't even know what his background is. I will tell you nothing about myself, but get involved. Okay, fail, epic fail. There's another page. Wait. Oh no, it's just a meet Tom. Okay. Well, what are his takes? I don't even know his takes. Jesus. Okay, let's look up climate change. Okay, let's double check. So we want New Jersey, right? Because last time I did this, I got the wrong person. New Jersey, yeah. Okay, this was 2020, so it's a little old, but maybe this will give me a little more information. Okay, so he wrote this. Interesting. When I announced my candidacy for Congress in April 2019, I said that we need to invest in clean energy and open space. Protecting the environment remains important, which is why I'm running for Congress. Okay. This year, there is an opportunity to elect someone who has a proven record of bridging the partisan divide on environmental issues facing our country. Okay. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the nation. I did not know that. That's interesting. Our challenges when it comes to combating pollution is far more immediate than our neighbors in other parts of the country, which is why legislators here, myself included, have spent years working in a bipartisan basis to stem that tide. All too frequently, most big picture problems in the United States end up getting colored by partisan agenda. Climate change is real, and both parties in Washington, D.C. need to step up and be more earnest in their approaches. Okay, pleasantly surprised. I have long been passionate about protecting the environment. In fact, I met my wife, Rhonda, when we were both working at the EPA in the early 1990s. That's a fun factoid. I have been a leader in the state Senate, sponsoring laws to study and prevent climate change and to develop offshore wind energy. I have also supported laws that will ensure open space preservation is responsibly well funded for years to come, including a voter approved measure which created a long-term funding source to preserving our invaluable parks, green and blue acres, and historical landmarks. I like the term green and blue acres. That's cool. Okay. Well, I think New Jersey's usually a pretty blue state, so it kind of does make sense that like they both care about this topic, but like I'm pleasantly surprised. So, I mean, if his position has not changed in the last 2 years, then he actually doesn't seem that bad. So, okay, clean energy technology has taken a hit during the pandemic, according to recent reports. The use of solar energy is down, and the International Energy Agency is he's quoting the International Energy Agency. I'm impressed. And the International Energy Agency is also reporting a significant decline in the installation of renewable energy across the board. However, the technology is still there, and with enough support, we can get this back up and running so America is once again right on track to save the planet for future generations. I'm impressed. This is definitely by far the most reasonable Republican when it comes to this topic that I have ever seen. So I don't know where all that information was on his freaking website because it wasn't there. But that's pretty good. Cool. Okay. Well, let's see if there's any. Is there a League of Conservative Voters? There we go. Let's see if there's a scorecard for him. Maybe not, because he's not in office. Okay, well, this is not the same scorecard, but let's see if it has some useful information as to his actual, like, voting history. Okay, it says here he did not authorize offshore wind projects, so that's weird. Okay, supporting energy vehicles. I don't know. There's I'm not impressed. When it comes to actually like voting for things that matter, I'm not really impressed. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions? No. It passed anyway, so but you didn't help. Okay, well, that's disappointing. I'm not terribly impressed by that. Let's go ahead and just be even and put in his competitor. Because Malinowski. There we go. Yoo-hoo. Why is it? I want to see him. This is an interesting site. I have not necessarily looked at this site before, but it looks decently reputable. I want to know his position on energy and environment. There we go. Okay, but I wanted the same. I want the same thing. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, we had looked at him before, and he had a lot of good things to say, I guess, and then he also had a good track record too. So he's got a really good voting track record. Looks like better than Keene, but I'm a little confused by that because Keene did seem like he was very supportive of the climate. So I guess when it comes to this race, I'm going to say that you might need to look at another issue to make your determination on who you would vote for. I'm still leaning in favor of Tom, but they're both named Tom. Sorry. I'm leaning in favor of Malininsky just because, frankly, if Republicans take the House, then we're going to be stonewalled. So that is okay. I'm actually finishing up. So let me go ahead and go to me, unless you're going on the airplane, which I totally understand, in which case, bye. But thank you for everybody who has stuck around and just being interested in this topic, because the midterms are coming up and it's really important that we vote and we have a good voting turnout just in general, because we need to actually have our Congress represent us, and we can't do that if we're not voting. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting.